Let's start off at Wembley, man. Liverpool beating Chelsea. Every single headline I see is the Blue Billion bottle jobs losing against the Liverpool kids.
Yes.
Every single headline, man. And I mean, I guess that does ultimately explain what happened on this day, because 6-7 players from Liverpool's basically academy for age 18 to 21 featured in this game, and ultimately won 1-0 in extra time off of a really nice header from Virgil van Dijk off a corner kick.
It was beautiful, man. And I want to take a moment here to do something that I did back when Iraq defeated Japan. I want to take a moment to highlight these youngsters.
I'm glad you're doing this,
because they went out onto the battlefield, man, as boys, kids who still have to go to school tomorrow, and faced off against some of the most expensive players in world football today, and they got a fucking result. If your name is James McConnell, stand up. If your name is Jaden Dans, stand up. Be proud of yourself. If your name is Bobby Clark, have yourself a drink if you can. If you're too young, then don't do that. If your name is Jarrell Kwanzaa, have a moment, man. Applaud yourself, because what an impactful player he's been for Liverpool in that center back position. Yeah. Not just in this game, but throughout this entire season, subbing in for Konate at times, and for Joel Matip, who's been out this entire season due to an ACL injury. Harvey Elliott, if you're somewhere out there, please stand and pat yourself on the back after a mesmerizing performance. And finally, to me, the highlight, the best youngster we've had so far from Liverpool's perspective this entire season has been Connor Bradley. Connor motherfucking Bradley. The way this kid has stepped up in the absence of Trent Alexander-Arnold has been incredible. Honestly, being such an impressive right back, shadowing his starting compatriot in Trent Alexander-Arnold, and how he plays, because he can be an offensive threat at times, but then also defend really well. I think there was like a 30-40 minute spell where it felt like Connor Bradley was a freaking white right winger at times, man. He's so versatile in that position, and he's just another one of those players that's going through this Jurgen Klopp mill that I think is going to end up having a really successful career, because he's been incredible so far. But the image of all these youngsters getting together to take a photo with the Carabao Cup right there in the middle is just something so beautiful, and an absolute testament to what Liverpool's academy has been able to do these past 5 years with the studs they've generated and this new crop of players that are coming through the ranks. They deserve all the credit, man, and it just adds more salt to the wound for Chelsea that it happened against their expensive players, because it goes against everything that these youngsters, these homegrown players, represents.
Yeah, and with this win, it's the start of a potential storybook run for Liverpool, winning this title at first hand, the Carabao Cup. Now there's 3 titles left technically for them: Europa League, the Premier League, and then the FA Cup itself. So the quadruple is on the books for Jurgen Klopp in his final season for Liverpool. But I mean, we already kind of said it. It really was this big money side against a very young but depleted Liverpool side. I really want to kind of double down on that, because I'd say it's pretty embarrassing for Chelsea. They're facing a depleted Liverpool side who have to use all of these youngsters to even field a competitive team. And going into extra time, obviously there's a lot of tired bodies, but it was Liverpool who stayed strong and came out on top. What's crazy, though, is that if Chelsea were just more in form, they would have won this match. Conor Gallagher had 3 huge opportunities in the second half. The first one, very tough to finish. It came at him really quick. He actually did really well to redirect it towards goal, hits the post. The other 2, though, were really sloppy chances from Conor Gallagher, taking it in space in the box, but just did not have the composure to finish. And then in the first half, there was a huge chance from Cole Palmer.
Oh, what a save.
What a save. And that's my next point. Caoimhin Kelleher came to the rescue for Liverpool on several occasions in this match. We named a lot of Liverpool youngsters, but Kelleher had a phenomenal match. And he's been big in moments for Liverpool this season with a depleted squad. And so ultimately, you look at Chelsea's performance, I'd be super disappointed, because I think you actually had more of the meaningful chances. Liverpool, I thought, did really well in the midfield. They didn't let Chelsea be their fluid selves, even though Chelsea just have not been in form. And that's kind of the story of this, man. It's like Liverpool, top of the table, even with the depleted squad, and they'll have more players coming back into it for the Premier League. But Chelsea, they're a mid-table side.
Yeah.
They really are.
Yeah.
And that's what we saw today. Even though Chelsea fielded their best 11 that they possibly could have, they still lost. They still faltered to this depleted Liverpool side. And I think that just tells you where Chelsea are at right now. Like, it doesn't matter how well they ultimately play in these big matches. They are nothing more than a 10th, 11th place Premier League side.